What's up, guys? It's Dana, and I'm coming to you from down here today. There's a very good reason for that. I'm going to show you something, and I'm going to draw it out, and it's going to be really awesome. So, first and foremost, uh, man, there is so much information out there about sales and marketing strategies, tips, etc. That is just so overly complicated and unnecessarily complicated. I'm just going to break it down for you in the simplest way I can possibly think. So, when it comes to sales and marketing, all right, it's gonna be a pyramid. Okay. Now, this is just math and statistics. So there are many people that have sort of discovered this in the past, and I could credit all of them, but I honestly don't even know where to begin because there are lots of tight circles. That's where I've kind of gotten sort of this, my version of it from. But just know that this isn't something that I just thought of. This is like, one of those things in the background of mastermind meetings and that don't get talked about much. So I just wanted to share this with you because this was a huge aha for me. So basically, if you think about this is the market for anything. Okay. And it's all averaged. So that doesn't necessarily mean that, that this is going to hold true between, the people that are in the market for insurance or the people that are in the market to buy a goat. Right. So it does vary, but for the most part, you can all gain something regardless of what market you are in. Okay. So here is what this means. This is what the market is doing at any given time. Okay. There is out of 100% of the market. Imagine this right here is the market. They're buying and selling things, right? If you can't see that, it's 3%. So there are 3% that are right now going to buy whatever it is you'd offer. So if, in other words, if you were to flag down 100 cars and you had something in your pocket that you were selling, let's say it was a bottle of water, and you flagged down 100 cars, there are 3 people that are either thirsty or can't say no, or think you look cool and awesome and they want to buy from you. So there are 3 people that would buy from you no matter what it is you're offering at any given time. Okay, here's what is really cool about that. Think about what that means for you. That means that at any given time, if you have even 33 people to offer something to, one of them will buy at any given time. Now, obviously, some may be more qualified than others, but that's pretty exciting. So think about that and think about yourself, right? Like, are you in the market to buy milk all the time? No, but maybe, one day out of the month you are, right? You're part of the 3%. Maybe you don't drink milk. Okay. We'll get to that here in a second. So that's 3% that will always say yes to you. So why is that exciting? That's exciting because it means you should make more offers and you should sell more stuff and you should market harder, right? Because you're always going to get 3 people to say yes to you. Okay. So that's really good news. Then you have right here, this next sort of segment of the market. This is 7%. And they are not a yes today, but they will be a yes in the next 14 days. Okay. So in other words, this 7%, they may not need a gallon of milk today, but in the next 2 weeks, they're going to. All right. So here's what's exciting. If you offer a gallon of milk on sale, or if you just even offer it somehow and they know you sell milk, in the next 2 weeks, you'd only get 3 today if you got 100 people that saw that you sell milk, but you're going to get another 7% possibly in the next 14 days. Okay. Or at least they're going to buy milk from somewhere. All right. So that's exciting. Why is that exciting? Because right now the odds are in your favor. Like, seriously, this is crazy. So 10% of humans in the next 2 weeks are going to buy whatever it is you're offering, whether it's from you or someone else, right? Or a solution to whatever it is, the problem that you solve. Okay. So that's exciting. That means that at any given moment, if you have 10 people in a room, or if you have 10 people on a webinar, if you have 10 people on an email list, it doesn't even matter, and multiply that by whatever, add a 0, depending on your situation. If you have 10 people, that means that in the next 2 weeks, you will get one of them to buy whatever it is you offer if you just simply offer it. Okay. And do it in a way that, they want to buy over, yours over any other option. Okay. So that's the top, like kind of the 10% that is in buying mode in the next 2 weeks. Okay. Then you have, it is split into thirds here. Okay. So the remainder of the 90% of the market looks like this. So you have 30% that is going to do this. They will buy from you if you present a good deal. Okay. Here's what's okay. I'm going to break that down here in a second, but that is even more exciting. So you have now not just 10% of the market that is going to say yes to you in the next 14 days if you offer something of value, but you now have literally 40% of the market if you do it in a way that you make it a good deal to them. Okay. That is so empowering. That means it is no longer 3 out of 100. Now it's 40 out of 100 that we have a legitimate shot to get to buy from us in the next 14 days, as long as we make it a very good deal for them. That is so exciting and so empowering. So, and I'll get into kind of the factors of how we achieve that, but let me just finish the example here. Okay. So this is your top 40% of the market. And then you have 30% that is simply undecided. I don't know if they're going to buy. They don't know if they're going to buy. I wouldn't spend a ton of time on them. Okay. So these are the people that maybe live day to day, and they can't decide whether they're going to buy milk or cigarettes that day. And everyone's entitled to live the way they want. That's not where I'm going with it, but I'm just saying they don't even know if they need milk or not. So how are you going to, how are you going to know if they're going to need milk if they don't even know if they need milk? Okay. And then you have the bottom 30%. They are a no. Okay. They either don't drink milk or they have their own milk supply. They have goats or cows or something, or almonds, whatever. Or they just simply would never buy milk from you. Okay. Maybe they buy from someone else. So those 30%, that bottom 30, you'll never get them to buy milk no matter what you do. And even if you did, you'd run into problems with that group. Okay. And I will extend that to kind of the undecided group. They might not be the best people because if you have to really convince them on why they need to buy milk, outside of just literally offering it to them and giving them a good deal on it, then maybe they're not the best people to sell that milk to. So anyway, going back to the top 40%, here's what's really exciting. You have the odds are in your favor, absolutely in your favor. Okay. So you have 40% of any given time, human beings that have the ability to pay for something, they are going to possibly buy from you as long as you, first of all, make an offer for something. Okay. And you do it not just once, but maybe a few times within a 14-day window because they're going to buy from somebody. And then you give them a really good deal. Okay. So with that being said, how do we do that? How do we make that happen? Well, there's a few things you need to do. Okay. And this is all the further you need to take it. It doesn't need to be more complicated than this. So first thing you need to do is make offers. Okay. So that's the first thing you have to do. And before you get nervous about making lots of offers, just think about how many times you see an ad for something, whether it's on your phone or on the TV or in a magazine or on a billboard driving down the road. We're constantly hit with thousands of offers every day. So you're not going to be offending people or, annoying people. You'll be okay. So first of all, I mean, that's just common sense. And people ask me all the time, well, what's the best day to send an email offer out? And it's like, you know what, today, to be honest, if we could go back and look at every single detail of every single, data point and figure out, Thursday at 7:00 Eastern, PM Eastern is the perfect time to send the email. You know what's better than that? Sending the email. Okay. So it's not going to be perfect, but if you just simply send it and then you get it in front of 100,000, 10,000 people, whatever that case may be, it's just math at that point. Okay. So you have to make the offers. Second, you have to be memorable. Okay. So why is that important? And what does that mean? So if you simply say, hey, we sell milk, that's not memorable, right? And there's not really what I mean also is there a story behind it? Okay. So check this out. If you've ever eaten at a fancy restaurant, and then if you've ever eaten at a normal restaurant, what's the difference in the two? Is a couple things: the price, also sometimes the quality, but more than anything, it's the story. Okay. So when you go to order a steak at a, let's say a chain restaurant that sells pretty good steaks, let's say Texas Roadhouse, right? Does the waiter or waitress, does they get into a story about where that steak came from or any like really salesmanship about the steak? No. Okay. Is it that much different than, the high-end steakhouse, right? That what happens, the steak is 3-4 times as much in terms of price, but is it 3 times or 4 times more in quality? Probably not. But guess what? There's a story behind it. Okay. So they're telling the story of that steak, where it came from, why that is the best steak you can get, et cetera, right? So you need to, in your offers, be memorable and provide a story. The easiest way to be memorable is to provide a story. Okay. And why is that really important, to be memorable and provide a story? Because that gets you into this bottom tier. Okay. The top, doing this, making offers, gets you into the 3% tier of the market. But now if you're memorable and you provide a story, you're into the 7%. Okay. Because they're going to not forget, oh yeah, he sells that milk and he sources it from farmers that grass feed their cows, and they're very whatever. They have wonderful pastures and the cows live a great life and they get massaged and all this stuff, right? So it's like, wow, why would I want to buy milk that, you know, that sounds awesome, like, you know, but I've got 2 gallons in my fridge right now, so I gotta wait right until I'm out. So if they didn't know that about your milk, though, they would probably forget, unless you kept on them, which is expensive. The next thing you need to do here is you have to make it a good deal. Okay. And the value, what that means is a value. So whatever price you're charging, it has to be worth more than the price that you're selling in terms of the value that you deliver with it. So with that being said, that means that you could come cheaper. A lot of people would go that route. So your milk could be, 50 cents cheaper than the next person's, and that would get a lot of these 30%, 30%ers, I should say, to buy your milk over someone else's. But what are other things you can do to make it a better deal? Can you add, can you provide more milk than they do for the same price? Or could you provide a better quality milk than they do for the same price? Or could you even say, make it more convenient, right? So instead of, having to go to the grocery store and walking all the way back to the way back of the store, because that's where they hide all the dairy stuff, in case you didn't know, what if you deliver it to them, right? Maybe people will pay a fee for that. Or what if, there's so many different ways you can make the offer or whatever it is you're selling so much better and a better deal. So I won't get into all the different things you can do there, but just know, like if, as long as you stop selling the thing itself, and it's no longer a product or a service that you sell, but it's actually an experience, and think about the whole way through. Okay. If you need inspiration, just go to Disney World. Okay. Like when they started, they used to compete against like carnivals and carnies. It's just so night and day. So think about it that way. Like, how could you be a little bit more like the Disney World of your space? Right. So with that being said, at the end of the day, this is so empowering and exciting, because even if you miss this 60% who probably isn't a great buyer anyway, you have an opportunity at any given time. If you make an offer, make it memorable by using a story, and you make it a good deal, you've got 40% of the market at your disposal at any given time, no matter what it is you sell. So with that being said, if you like this, go ahead, like, subscribe, follow me. We got a lot of cool stuff, but keep watching. There'll be more info on other ways that we can connect, and would love to hear a comment from you below, and tell me, did you like it, not like it, any questions or anything else? All right. Appreciate you guys.